And a good Sunday morning to you. I'm NBC3 meteorologist Molly Matott. We're off to a muggy start, and that's a sign that it is going to be a warm one yet again. The high for yesterday, 86 degrees. So we are starting to climb back above average. We've been below average even on our warmest days, but it felt warmer than 86 yesterday. It felt closer to the mid 90s, and that's because we had so much moisture in the air. Overnight, we only cooled into the 70s. That was enough heat to power some storms very early in the morning, and it also kind of gave us a head start on the climb for the temperatures. We're off to the same kind of setup today, and in fact we'll be even warmer. The record of 97 set back in 1946, I don't think we'll top that temperature wise, but no matter how warm we get, we will break 90 degrees and it'll feel closer to 100. So overall, here's what to expect. We do have near record-breaking heat today. The heat index is going to feel upwards of 100 degrees. There's a lot of humidity in the air. You're going to want to stay hydrated today if you plan to be outside. Now with this, we're going to have an approaching cold front, and that's going to bring some strong to severe storms in the afternoon. Our main concern for these are going to be heavy rain and some damaging winds. Because we have so much humidity, any storms that do form have the ability to pack some punch and maybe even some flash flooding as well. But the storms tonight will be isolated. They'll be hit or miss. So some of us may end up completely dry, but those of us that do get wet, you're going to want to watch out for some strong storms. After we have the activity tonight, we quiet down. We are mainly dry for the work week, just a few chances of some stray showers and storms as we head into the early work week, and then we dry right out with plenty of sunshine. So if you're not a fan of this heat and humidity, relief is on the way. As for right now, we have a hazy, hot and humid air mass over central New York that's keeping us unsettled even in the early morning hours. Back off to the west over the Great Lakes, it is cool and dry. It's a completely different air mass, and as this moves towards us, it's going to set up a cold front, that boundary between the cool and warm air. And as that presses through later on today, we are going to be unsettled with some risks of the thunderstorms later on in the afternoon. And that's enough to trigger a flash flood watch that starts this morning at 11 a.m. It goes until 11 p.m. on Sunday for mainly places to the north and west of Onondaga County. Let me show you what I mean on the Futurecast. We started at 8 a.m., a couple breaks of sunshine, and then we're in isolated shower territory upwards of noon. That cold front won't really start to approach until later on in the afternoon, but we're still going to put a risk of an isolated shower or storm in the early morning, especially as we climb towards 90 degrees. Throughout the day, we start to get scattered. You see, they look to be confined to the south and east of Syracuse, but I think these are going to be placed a little bit further off to the west. So I think that initial line will set up right over Syracuse, over Onondaga County. So you're going to want to watch that. I should say the Futurecast is really good at figuring out if something's going to happen. It's not always perfect on location. So you saw those storms kind of blow off to the southeast. I think they're going to take a little bit more time than that and stick around. You can see them come back on the Futurecast as we head towards 8 p.m. But then once that front settles in, we start to dry out for the evening. So if you do want to beat the heat out on the beach or on the boat, the winds will be out of the west-southwest at 10 to 20 knots, making for 1 to 3 foot waves on Lake Ontario. Over on Oneida Lake, they'll be a little bit more subtle, but it will be a warm and breezy day with a very high UV index in those breaks of sunshine in the clouds. So you're going to want to keep that in mind, apply the sunscreen, and stay hydrated today for sure. As for the rest of the 7-day forecast, Monday, what a change. We're back in the 80s, plenty of sunshine. Tuesday's our next chance for some afternoon storms. Again, they will be hit or miss, so not everyone will get wet. And then as we head towards the end of the work week, we really dry out, some beautiful sunshine, just a chance of an isolated shower Thursday night and Friday morning. As we head towards the weekend, though, humidity comes back, and we're going to keep our eyes for some chances of storms.